Hi, welcome to another episode of Spyt-Takes. I'm your host, Jens Anderson, aka Spytle.
And I'm Elle Anderson.
And we are here to talk to you tonight about the latest episode of Arrow, which was called Broken Arrow.
Why was it broken?
Because somebody got broke. Actually, everything's broken right now on this show. Arrows, bows, people, hearts, broken hearts.
The wig is definitely broken.
The wig is so broken. God, we got back to the wig this episode too with more flashbacks. But you know what? Speaking of the episode, let's go to the Spytle summary right now and check out what happened. The show opens with the introduction of a brandy new supervillain, Deathbolt, who can absorb energy and redirect it through his super nasty laser peepers, which pretty much fries anything it comes into contact with. This could spell trouble for Team Arrow, as the last time Ollie squared off against someone with metahuman powers, namely an out-of-his-head Flash, Ollie kind of got his ass handed to him, until someone figured out a bunch of flashing colored lights would undo the whammy currently on Barry. But Team Arrow wisely talks Ollie off the ledge and convinces him to let the Atom have a crack at Deathbolt, which actually turned out to be a worse idea, as the Atom was more focused on quip than combat and nearly got himself killed. No worries though, a fancy new interface that Ray happened to be working on led to some rock'em sock'em robot remote control mayhem, allowing Ollie and Ray to defeat this nasty new supervillain. The flashbacks featured in the episode return us yet again to Ollie's time in Hong Kong. Ellen's favorite hairpiece takes center stage, while yet another prophetic parable plays out in front of our eyes. Between Shadow's sister and Katana, Ollie can't seem to escape an ever-growing list of aha moments, as someone in Ollie's present decides to utter the very same advice, like literally the same sage word-for-word tidbits of wisdom that these two did oh so many years ago. Seriously, Confucius has nothing on these ladies. Meanwhile, throughout the entire episode, Ollie and crew are angsting over poor Roy Harper's incarceration as he continues to try and take the fall for his mentor. We're expected to follow along as the most ridiculous indifference of Starling City's top law enforcement officials seem to be completely in denial to the mounting evidence and leads Detective Lance keeps heaping upon the pile that points toward Oliver and all of his associates. I mean, aren't some of these people at Verdant accessories to something? Come on, man! But at least we're treated to some amazing combat moments as Roy Harper owns some prisoners and is finally, shockingly stabbed and killed by a guard. But wait, here comes the lesson Katana was trying to teach him all those many years ago. It was all a ruse. He just needed some help from his friends. Team Arrow played Ollie in the law by setting up Roy's death, who is now departing the show for greener spin-off pastures. But the biggest surprise was yet to come as Ra's al Ghul confronts Thea in her apartment. The two square off, and after some amazing fight choreography, Ra's actually thrusts his sword right through Thea and leaves her dead on the floor for Ollie to find. This episode was full of great moments, but this one definitely took the cake. And we all know where this is headed. I'll have a one-way ticket to Nanda Parbat. I wonder if Thea will fit in the overhead. Alright, cool, so that's what happened on the episode as a recap. And I'm really curious kind of what Ellen's takes are, so let's see what her takes were.
My takes were, holy crap, Thea gets killed.
Oh, jumping right to the end.
I mean, that was, for me, that was really huge.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing for me out of the show. I did not expect that.
I did not see it coming.
And
I mean, I knew that they were going to have to get to using the Lazarus Pit for more than just healing a cut on your hand.
Right.
And that it wasn't just this youthful dip yourself in it. They were making it feel like it was some, like, spa treatment or something, as opposed to like, well, when he dies, they dip him in it and he comes back to life.
Like it's part of the Mani-Pedi package.
Yeah, right? Like the League of Assassins.
You get the paraffin wax and the Lazarus pool.
So pretty shocking stuff. Yeah,
So immediately made me wonder what's going to happen next. But before we even start talking next, Roy Arsenal fakes his death I did not expect that either.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he got stabbed, I was like, no, he's not dead. What? He's dead? How can this be? Is that how he's going to leave the show? And so, I was happy to hear that and happy to see that that's not the case, that he's faked his death, and it's a nice, nice clean exit for him at this point. To move on to the spin-off show. So it totally made sense story-wise. Right. Those are my, and of course, detective. What's the detective's name?
Lance. Detective Lance.
Almost like Black Canary's father. And Lance. Lance is still bitchy right now. He's still really pissed off.
Right.
Rightfully so. But he's got so much anger. It can't be good to hold on to that anger.
He needs anger management.
So it's okay to be upset, but that angry, lashing out at everybody, not too professional. He's gonna make errors. But anyway, those were my biggest takeaways.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the Thea death has got me moving forward past this episode into what's going to happen next. So what was your takeaway?
Wow, I mean, you stole my thunder on some of those. I'm going to go in reverse order.
First.
Yeah, first. I'll go in reverse order here. I definitely was kind of shocked at the way they were playing around with the law in this episode. Like, Laurel just had to sort of walk in with the DA was down for doing whatever he had to just get Ollie out, get Roy put in prison. That seemed all super convenient. And also, interestingly enough, like, I felt really frustrated with, like, the DA was then willing, though, to, give a search warrant to search underneath Verdant, where the sister was, and then they actually get into the Arrow lair, right? Mm-hmm. And he's looking around, but the only fingerprints they find are Roy's. Right? Yet they now don't have the power to hold any of those people as accessories. Like, they can't hold Thea, they can't hold Ollie, they can't hold Felicity, they can't hold John Diggle for any kind of, like, questioning or it just seemed like really super. Yeah, how convenient. And then here, the other thing, too. Who the heck let Oliver Queen in to talk to Roy in an interrogation room? Like, when does that happen? Like, I don't even understand.
Hollywood, folks.
Yeah, right? Like, there were just some super Hollywood moments going on here that were just really strange. Now, the underlying theme of this episode with flashbacks was letting people help you. And you think they're talking about Deadbolt. You think they're saying, hey, let Ray help you with Deadbolt, right? And
well, I didn't think that, though.
You thought it was Roy?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know there was a plan with Roy. I mean, they totally flashed back. They had to do a flashback of that moment with him setting all that up. But that was shocking to me. I actually thought they killed Roy for a second. I was like, wait, I thought he was supposed to go. So did I. They fooled me. They had me hook, line, and sinker. That was really well done, how they did that. And the other thing that kind of stuck with me was, this ties into the last Spyt-Takes with Ray Palmer as the Atom sort of showing up on The Flash. And then he was a major part of this episode, too. Mm-hmm. Completely inept. Like, cannot handle anything in that suit. Even the suit was no match for him against Deathbolt, right? And he had to have Ollie sort of take over with this remote control thing going on. And
then he was like a rock'em sock'em robot.
Yeah. What I didn't like about that was that in the beginning, like, Adam just had to think it, and it moved the hand, and it did things with the hand. Mm-hmm. Like, all of a sudden it turned into, like, virtual, I'm going to have a shadow boxing thing, like all freaking Pacific Rim Jaeger pilot, like, moving the arms around to fight for the Atom. Yeah,
and I didn't like that very much.
That was really weird to me. And then the Atom, all of a sudden, they had to pour it on, and you had to, like, dig down deep, you're the weapon. I like that stuff with you're the weapon. But it really just seemed forced how he was able to just all of a sudden kick that guy's butt and, punch him across the room and stuff like that. It felt like they're really trying to accelerate Ray Palmer as a legitimate hero for the spin-off series that they're doing. What they need to do is start accelerating the freaking shrinking right now, to be honest with you. But all that Ray Palmer pushing that they're doing on The Flash and on this, I kind of get it, because they're trying to build up the spin-off show. But at the same time, I'm sort of feeling like it just feels a little forced. And speaking of, like, his exit going to the new show, you definitely got the feeling that, like, Felicity is hanging all over Ray on Flash and talking about his junk and how awesome he is in bed. And then she kind of hangs all over Ollie right in front of Ray at the end of this show.
Yeah, she's pretty confused.
She seems so confused, doesn't know what the heck is going on. And Ray notices it, and I think Ray knows Ray's going to let her go or break up with her or something before he leaves and maybe departs the show. And it might actually be Felicity is the reason that he leaves the show and goes on and does his own thing elsewhere.
Because he loves her and he wants her to be happy.
He does, but he's not going to end up with her.
He's the sweeter package.
Yeah, I would take him over Ollie any day.
You know,
if I went that way, I'd be all over Ray. Screw Ollie.
What did Felicity describe him as? It was Barry Allen on the inside with,
he's got
Ollie's
Barry's
body.
brain with Ollie's body. Yeah.
It's a complete package.
I know, and she said that on the Flash, and she instantly was like, "Oh my God, don't ever say that." You know, I repeated that.
Oh, but it's totally true.
The two other guys she wants are rolled up into this one guy. So basically, this one guy is a freaking automaton of these other two people merged together. She is seriously messed up.
She's like the super intelligent guy with a great sense of humor and incredibly good looking and wealthy. Hello,
yeah. It's very strange, but
you don't.
The heart does what the heart does.
And you don't pick who you fall in love with.
Exactly. That's how you got saddled with me.
I'll get saddled
instead of an Amel. All right, so those were my things.
Oh, you're built for love, honey.
I am built for love, not built for speed anymore, that's for sure. Anyway, those were my takeaways from the show. I thought it was good. The thing about the show for me was the whole storyline with Arsenal really was top-notch cool. It had me guessing. I didn't know what was going on. I love the fight he had in handcuffs against those 3 or 4 inmates. Right. That was pretty awesome. Good stuff. It was a good show. Just ridiculous things going on with the law and what Detective Lance's hands, how they were tied and how they weren't arresting more people. Very strange on that front. And then, the big shocker, Thea getting killed. Just outright murdered. Roz was amazing during that fight. If that was the actual actor versus a stunt coordinator, that guy did a fantastic job moving. He moved like a cat. It was amazing. Yeah.
Can I tell you something about where I think this is going to go?
Wait, but hold on. Let me say something first then.
All right.
So I'm now noticing that the person that survives the sword of Ra's al Ghul will be Ra's al Ghul. Mm-hmm. Well, if Thea gets put into the Lazarus pit, did she survive the sword? And is there another queen that is now potentially going to fulfill the
loophole?
A loophole, but I don't think
there's 2 people now that survive.
But she did die though. I don't know if she fully survived. Like she has to go get put in the Lazarus pit to get woken up.
Right.
So is that surviving or is that being revived?
I don't know. As I said before, you need some attorneys to go look over the fine print.
We need the League of Assassins councils to go look over the prophecy.
The legal assassons.
Oh!
The legal League of Assassins.
That's very good. Yes. Nice one.
So, just you have a good lawyer, you can get out of anything, I think.
Well, those are our takes on this episode called Broken Arrow. But we want to hear your takes. So be sure to leave some comments in the YouTube on the YouTube channel here. Or if you want, hashtag Spyt-Takes. Tweet us your takes on that using hashtag Spyt-Takes. And we will cover them in our monthly wrap-up of the show called Your Takes.
We sure will.
We would love to read your comments and share them with everybody and our thoughts and reactions to those. This is a show where you get to take part, so don't waste the opportunity. Comment, tweet. Until next time, we'll see you later.
Later. It's almost medieval. It's like people have like clubs, and I swear there's some guy with like a shovel.
No, it was a machine gun. You were like, why is the guy with the machine gun like holding it like, oh?
He's charging with it like it's a club instead of using it. I'm like, you just stand back and shoot. You just don't go, I'm gonna hit you with my gun. And we don't really know what that is.
We don't.
My theory is like she finally had it because she was tired of the toilet seat being up.
Really?
I don't know.
What? Toilets are different in Asia, though. I don't even think they have toilets and seats.
Yes, they do.
No, it's like this, like 3-inch sunken. You just sort of squat over it and let it all go.
You wouldn't replace the toilet paper. These are all things that women divorce their husbands on. So.
Okay, I actually think it has to do with their son.
So yeah, totally. So it's like that's just got to be a probably almost a death kill right there.
Yeah. A death kill?
Yeah.
As opposed to a life kill? Or a death life? Or...
Not what I meant to say. Fail on words.
I'm gonna death kill you now! Yeah!
I like your take on that, because my take is awful. Mine is like Batman meets Downton Abbey.
Oh, maybe, because yeah. No, I thought it was a nice little
See, yours
nod.
is better.
Yeah.
Here's what I found on the web for Siri. Find me the nearest Rising Darkness.
The inside story of Siri's origins.
But then
That's a good theory, actually.
Yes.
I'm impressed.
The brain.
Wow, I just got blown away. I just fell in love with you all over again. Will you marry me again?
Maybe.
Anyway, well,
You're a bum. I don't know.
Oh, I am a bum. I am a...
He's practically holding his head back.